Where do we go? What now? Excluding all of the details as to why we are working from home, facing the fear of job loss, or dealing with actual job loss, we all find ourselves facing a new world full of worries and very real opportunities. Yes, I am an optimist. Even though it has finally come to living in one of the actual dystopian futures Hollywood has presented us with in so many ways, I don't yet see the leather-clad wanderers on the road battling gangs for gasoline. In fact, due to some wild after effects in the world market, energy just got cheaper and more plentiful. The 10-year-old inside me kind of wishes for the Mad Max option, but the adult in me can't see me as the road warrior with only an Elantra. Let me hit you with what I see as the silver lining in this situation. There is enough fear porn online to feed the negatives in this scenario, so let's look at this another way. Case in point. A long conversation with my daughter last night was almost entirely focused on the pleasures involved in her making bread for the first time. She took the experience as a transcendent and transformative moment, with it coming in the midst of her income loss and the fact that she was trying to save money by being more self-sufficient. She was sharing it with her roommate, who was also running low on resources. I was PayPaling money to her as we talked. I'll always support her and worry about her right up until they throw the dirt in my face. We talked further and discussed the systemic failure of the culture to support her generation over these last 2, maybe 3 decades. We reviewed how her generation was decimated in their hopes of joining at least the middle class. Dot-com bubbles, 9/11, incessant wars, the 2008 crash, and now our new membership in Generation C. All of this is adding up to a tremendous series of setbacks when taken cumulatively can hardly be overcome. Despite these topics, my daughter, speaking to an extent for her generation, advised that she sees her cohorts as more loyal to each other than those in my generation. They have different values, and despite what others might believe, she contends that her cohorts are more hardened by these times and are clearer on the cultural and political propagandization many of us cling to despite evidence to the contrary. Much more was discussed, but I came away with a renewed faith in her generation, and now, by extension, the rest of us, who now must press forward for an improved culture and an economy that functions better for all of us. Coming back from this optimistic precipice, let's refocus on you. It really comes down to you. There are new questions to be asked now. There are new and potentially wonderful options we all need to consider. Do you wish to continue with the option of working from home after the dust settles in this situation? Do you want to return to your cubicle or office and go on in the direction you were heading originally? As a survivor of this worldwide crisis, have you had time to consider some dream that you wanted to pursue but have not? We have been reminded that life is short, and it can be shorter than we expected due to outside forces beyond our control. Is there a different sort of work that you want to explore? This crisis has brought us and many other things low, but it has opened us all up to how flexible we can be when faced with a challenge. Will you look back on this time with pride in how you helped those near to you in need? Even with your own resources running thin, did you send money to family that needed cash to hang on? Did you help someone shut in by bringing groceries to them? Were you at least more courteous to others? This train of thought all started with the simplicity of making bread for the first time and what it meant to share it with others in need. I, for one, will be emerging after this ordeal into a new world with an improved perspective on how I contribute to the world and my culture. So I recommend that all of you bake some bread and that you share it. And remember, in the end, you are the bread. You are what sustains your family a business, your community, and you are what will be a sign of better things to come.